Hello, my name is Kevin Bolding. I'm from Manteca, California. I'm a 26-year-old PE teacher. I teach in Stockton, California for John McCandless Charter School, Lincoln Unified. My research topic is about increasing the means of action and expression in English learners through the use of UDL in PE. I wanted to investigate this topic because I felt like this was kind of a unique opportunity to analyze English learners in a PE classroom. I think that there's a lot of studies and a lot that's been done on this subject for core subjects like math and science, but not a lot has been looked at for PE. So I felt like this was kind of a unique opportunity to analyze my field and, also find ways for me to get better teaching strategies, not just for ELs, but for all my classes in general. My research question is what PE teaching and learning strategies of UDL can be used for ELs in order to increase that action and expression. This kind of works with my data collection approach because, and it also works for the ways that I'm going to find my answers for my research question because I'm going to be using, not just my observation, but I'm going to be using surveys through Google Forms. That's an easy way for us to do it because we use Google Classroom already. So through Google Forms, and it will give me kind of insight on, how it works for the students who do receive the UDL activities and the students who don't. My experience with my critical friend was, I would say, very positive and, helped me to kind of come up with the basis of everything for my study. Mostly because my critical friend did her, she did her study using, mostly based on UDL as well. Her subject was math, but, we both did something that's related to universal design learning. And I feel like that was very helpful for me, especially setting it up early back in ITI 660 and 662. Accessing the NU library. The NU library actually made this a lot easier than I had originally anticipated, mostly because of how well organized it was and how easy it became for me to find resources. As I stated earlier, my research topic isn't something that's really been written on a lot, so I kind of had to, or it hasn't been written on specifically, so I had to find things that were related to it and be able to tie it in. And the NU library made that relatively easy to do because of how organized it was. I really liked it. I wish every place that you go for information was that organized. What I'm planning step by step, essentially, I'm going to have a control group and a experimental group. And the experimental group is going to essentially get the PE lesson, the same PE lesson that all my classes get, but they're going to get it with some UDL strategies. And the control group is not. And so, and then I'm going to essentially analyze the differences. And then, I plan on, spacing out the research to be done over time so that because I have multiple classes, it can be done multiple times. So it's not just going to happen once. So you can see not just the difference between, one class getting the UDL and the other class not getting it, but you can also see it for different classes. There will be other classes that are analyzed. And I would hopefully be able to do this over enough time where each class that I have would at some point get to be an experimental group and each one would get to be a control group. The advice that I would give myself as far as research strategies and preparing for the future, well, this is a 3-class program and I fell behind very fast here in ITI 664. I did a pretty good job of staying up to date on 660 and 662. I got everything done on time and I had some small hiccups, but I had everything done on time. But 664, the last one, putting it all together for whatever reason. I just fell behind early, and that kind of killed my momentum. So I'm like really struggling to get it all done on time here. But yeah, I would say just going back, I wish I would have. I wish I would have been on top of it going into ITI 664 a little bit better, so that I wouldn't be so far behind right now in this class, because I did well all the way up until this. But the NU library, though, really did make the research a lot easier for me. It's probably the best platform I've ever used for finding research, and so I'm very, very grateful to have that. That made this a lot easier than it should be. So, thank you very much.